Good evening, I'm Lauren Baker. Juliet has the night off. Within the last 20 minutes, Muskegon Heights announced the city's water pressure has been restored. The city lost pressure early this morning after a computer system failure. The city is now under a boil water advisory until testing proves it's safe to drink. 13 on your side's Jeremiah Brown is in Muskegon Heights to explain the current situation.
I have a daughter that wakes up at 5 and has to get ready for work. She woke up at 5 this morning and she came to me within minutes and said, "Mom, why do I not have water to get ready for work?"
Muskegon Heights residents waking up this morning to find little to no water coming through their pipes. Tina Weiner joining other residents and going to City Hall to find out what was going on.
Anytime you lose pressure or the system shuts down.
The Muskegon Heights city manager explaining that a failure in the city water's computer system caused pressure to decrease, shutting down the pumps, sending water across the city.
Right now what we're doing is we're trying to repressurize the system. So we're still able to treat water and everything. So we're trying to repressurize the system.
The loss of pressure allowing for potential bacteria to enter the system. Their neighbors, the city of Muskegon and Norton Shores, are lending a hand to get water into their system so that testing can take place.
Various parts of the process need a certain level of pressure in order to start up properly or to run properly. So we're working with Muskegon Heights to develop that sort of minimum level of pressure at which they can begin to turn on some of the components of their system again.
Other city officials and local groups also getting hands-on to make sure residents have access to water, saying several thousands of gallons have been distributed.
What it shows is that when it comes down to community, that we're going to show up. We are truly the city of friendly people, and everybody is pitching in. If they need water, they can call 231-903-7788, and that will come directly to me, and then I will have someone bring it to them.
And Jeremiah's live in Muskegon Heights. Jeremiah, how long will people have to boil their water?
Well, Lauren, as we've said, water pressure has been restored, so the city can begin testing to make sure that there's no harmful bacteria in the water, but that process can take up to 3 days. So this boil water advisory remains in effect. Right now, as you can see at Bethlehem Park, water distribution has finished for the day. They said they've had about close to 900 people come here today to get water. The city will have water distribution going on at the Muskegon Heights Farmers Market until 8 o'clock tonight, and that will be going every day until the boil water advisory is lifted. Lauren.
Jeremiah, thank you. You may recall Muskegon Heights did receive millions of dollars from the state earlier this year. In February, the Department of Environment, Great Lakes and Energy gave the city $19 million. The money will be used to replace lead supply lines throughout the community. Last year, Muskegon Heights was found in violation of the Safe Water Drinking Act due to defects in the system, but the city says the long-term repairs have nothing to do with today's water outage. And it's been a challenging day for people across the city of Muskegon Heights and business owners too. 13 on your side's Marcus Key spent the day talking to people around the city and joined us live with their stories. Marcus.
Lauren, the good news is that water pressure has, it's back. Water is back, and obviously people have to still boil the water. But obviously this morning people had, been going to water distribution centers to get water amid the water being shut off. But residents are just thankful to have the water back on amid having to boil it.
We can't take baths. You can't cook because some people cook. A lot of people cook with water. You got to rinse your meat and stuff off. So hopefully everything will be fine Friday.
Today, people living in the Heights learned how difficult life is without safe water to use, and some lined up for free water while others decided those lines were too long.
Water was being given at Summit and Walk Street. We went there and I said, there's no way I'm standing in line that long. So we went to Walmart and got some water, and we'll be all right. We can deal with it. Hopefully they work 24 hours a day to get it fixed. Quicker the better.
At Kareem's Cakes and Bakery, a mobile sink allowed employees to stay safe on the job. And even though today is owner's Kareem Rose's birthday, she knew she had to stop by her shop to make sure everything was okay.
I wanted to stay at home because it was my birthday today. And I said, well, we can do that. So I came on in here, and we got all our procedures under the way with the water. So we're going to get the hand sink together and all the procedures, how we're going to wash our dishes, what we can and cannot sell today. So we just made sure all of that. So it's a lot to make sure happens to make it all flow well, and a lot of training.
At one distribution center, it's estimated 500 people showed up for help. Mayor Pro Tem Ronald Jenkins says it's times like this where the community comes together to support one another.
I mean, it's an honor, it's a blessing that we were able to give back to the community and be open to allow citizens that are in need of water. It's a crisis for all of us at this time, and this is what Muskegon Heights is about. This is what our citizens are about. We come together when we need to.
Residents like Trina is just thankful the city was able to hand out free water while they work to restore safe water.
Well, we're trying to do the best we can. The city is giving out water, trying to provide us with water, so hopefully everything will be okay.
Now, I do want to point out Meyer, the local Meyer here in Muskegon Heights, is one of the facilities that handed out more than 500 gallons of free water so residents can have access to it, despite the water not having access to it. But again, the water is back on. Obviously, the water advisory is back in effect, and the community has really come together in this dark time, if you will, and I think that shows just how strong the community can be, even with having to deal with situations like this. Back to you, Lauren.
Marcus, thank you. We'll be continuing to cover the boil water advisory for the next several days. You can find more information about what a boil water advisory means for residents and bottled water distribution right now on 13onyourside.com.